The first Rush Hour movie, that was released on September 18, 1998, was expected to be a flop, but we all know how that went. There have been 2 more installments of the Rush Hour series since the last one, in 2001 and 2007. What was Jackie Chan's reaction after he filmed the first Rush Hour, and will there be a 4th installment of Rush Hour? Watch to the end to find out. Firstly, let's discuss some interesting facts about Rush Hour's filming. To set the ball rolling, the first movie in which Chan speaks English is Rush Hour. Given that Rush Hour was the first movie for which Chan had mastered English dialogue, it was not surprising that Tucker's improvisation made Chan anxious. Chan had previously learned his lines phonetically from movies like Rumble and The Bronx, but rather was adamant about not doing so for this one. Secondly, the language barrier concerned Tucker. Chan might have been anxious for his first major English language film, but Chris Tucker, who played Chan's co-star, was equally worried about how their communication might be impacted by the language barrier. Despite a few miscommunications along the road, it appears that the two eventually developed a strong friendship that played a significant role in the movie's success. An interesting fact is that the movie review website Rotten Tomatoes was inspired by Rush Hour. One of the most trustworthy resources for determining a movie's quality is the Rotten Tomatoes website, which got its start as a result of the Rush Hour movie. When it was revealed that Jackie Chan would be appearing in Rush Hour, U.S. student Sen Duong, who was a major fan of Jackie Chan's Hong Kong films, set up a website to compile assessments of his work. Also interesting is the fact that for Rush Hour 3, the crew had the Eiffel Tower to themselves for a week. While most of the films were set in Hong Kong and the United States, Rush Hour 3 found Chan and Tucker following a bad man up the Paris Eiffel Tower. The cast and crew were granted exclusive access to the famous site and had the Eiffel Tower to themselves for an entire week while filming. The precautions used during the stunts on set surprised Jackie Chan. Chan felt it hilarious that the Rush Hour crew took so many precautionary measures when they were setting up stunts because he was used to working in Hong Kong. Chan was astonished to find scaffolding made for him in a scene where he was meant to climb 30 feet up a building's side to a window. Finally, Chan invented and executed every single stunt himself. Chan is a skilled martial artist first and foremost, and he insists on performing all of his own stunts, whether they involve hand-to-hand combat or more daring actions, like the scene in Rush Hour where Chan walks across a building's ceiling beam before attempting to hang on while being attached to the villain. Will there be a Rush Hour 4? When Chris Tucker announced he and Jackie Chan were still discussing the 4th film in 2019, Rush Hour 4 seemed like it would soon be a reality. It wasn't the first time, though, that a prospective 4th film appeared to be nearing completion. Chan said in October 2017 that he had settled on a script, and Tucker affirmed in February 2018 that he was also with it. Spoiler alerts, it never happened, even though it was slated to shoot in 2018. Even though there was still a surprise in store, fans were nonetheless ecstatic when Tucker uploaded a snap of the two actors holding up 4 fingers apiece. Since then, there hasn't been any information on a prospective 4th film, so whether it actually materializes or not is anyone's guess, until Chan's management company released a statement shortly after this Instagram post to indicate that, in reality, the star had not accepted to participate in Rush Hour 4. It seemed as though we were back at square one. Here is the most up-to-date information about Rush Hour 4 and the current situation. When is the potential release date for Rush Hour 4, and what actors will likely return for it? The 4th movie's exact release date won't be known until filming gets started, but based on the previous releases, it seems likely that we'll see it around the late summer. Initially released on September 18, 1998, Rush Hour. The sequel and the 3rd installment following on August 3, 2001 and August 10, 2007, respectively. The 4th movie won't likely start filming this year. Therefore, the earliest you can expect it to happen is in 2023. That would point to release no later than the summer of 2024. Don't hold your breath though. For the time being, we'll presume that the mismatched team of Chief Inspector Lee and Detective James Carter, Jackie Chan, and Chris Tucker will both be back. It might seem a bit strange to wait this long to film the 4th movie before moving forward with only one of them. Chan and Tucker are the only constants in the program. Therefore, there isn't much opportunity for returning figures from the original trilogy aside from the 2 stars. Ambassador Salon Han was portrayed by Zi Ma in the 1st and 3rd movies. So Young Han, Salon Han's daughter, was also featured in the 1st and 3rd movies. She was represented by Julia Shu in Rush Hour and Zhang Jingshu in Rush Hour 3. Also, don't expect Brett Ratner to return to helm the picture. The previous 3 movies were directed by him, but But in 2017, Olivia Munn, Natasha Henstridge, and 4 other women accused him of harassment. He denied each and every accusation. Given the claims, Warner Bros. Declared in April 2018 that it would not extend its co-financing and first-look agreements with Ratner and his business, Rat Pack Dune Entertainment. What was Jackie Chan's reaction after he finished filming the first Rush Hour? Jackie Chan had become weary of his repeated attempts to appear in American films. The former Bruce Lee stuntman and master of martial arts was a star in his home China, but his forays into Hollywood in movies like Big Brawl, The Cannonball Run, and The Protector were not well received by American viewers. In a recent Roll Recall interview, Chan stated to Yahoo Entertainment that nobody knew who this small Chinese boy who spoke no English was, and he was dissatisfied and believed there would be no more American market. His manager begged him to try again in the late 1990s for a movie called Rush Hour, wherein Chan would portray a Hong Kong police inspector who partners up with a wisecracking LAPD detective to free a Chinese politician's kidnapped daughter. Chan primarily chose the 1998 action comedy directed by Brett Ratner because it allowed him to speak in slurred English, which was a factor in his decision. Jackie Chan felt that the first Rush Hour was doomed to fail and did not like his time there. Jackie Chan is known for performing risky stunts, but when he entered the American market, his reputation started to shift slightly as people started to notice his comedic prowess. At least in North America, the movie Rush Hour altered his professional trajectory. Fans continued to query the relationship between Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan and Tucker's relationship was not just problematic from the beginning. Jackie detested the movie, and it flopped in Asia. Chan had nothing more to do with the American market, but things would change after the movie was out. With a modest $35 million budget, Brett Ratner's Rush Hour became a huge hit in the US, grossing $244 million at the box office. The sequel, which had an increased budget of $90 million, exceeded its previous record and made $347 million at the box office, becoming yet another great hit. Jackie Chan wanted to make movies overseas permanently since he was dissatisfied with Rush Hour. Jackie Chan was not pleased with the way the movie turned out, and it had a disastrous Asian box office performance before it received the fantastic figures. Chan and Slash Films claimed that the film failed to garner any buzz and only made $12 million, which is a far cry from the $30 million or more that his movies typically bring in the targeted audience. Chan's difficulties persisted after the movie, to the point where he believed his time in the US was coming to an end. Chan was not delighted as the movie ended. He wished to leave the US behind and go home. He declared to his management that he should never make a movie like this again. He then traveled to Asia to work on an Asian movie. Chan, however, received a call from his agent informing him of the success the movie had at the box office, which caught him by surprise. Chan was asked to return for a sequel and later acknowledged that his perspective on the movie might have been skewed. He gradually discovered that his mentality is still Chinese. At times, he has trouble understanding American culture and speech. Going forward, he paid attention to anything Chris Tucker and Owen Wilson instructed him to say. Chan had kept moving between both markets after the movie's success. We are thankful that Rush Hour was a huge success, else Jackie Chan might not have been featured in some classic movies. Do you want there to be a Rush Hour 4? What other topic do you want us to discuss? Let us know through the comments section. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.